If you're thinking about starting a side business, I've got some hard truth for you today. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster, especially if you've only been working a job. Maybe you've got a 9 to 5, or maybe you've been doing freelance work and you really want to venture out to make it become really a side business or something even bigger than that. Then it's going to be a journey of ups and downs emotionally. Like within you, you're going to have moments where you feel like you doubt that you're able to do this, where you get discouraged, where you lose deals and you wonder if this is really possible, if you were built for this. All these kind of emotions are going to happen. And then you're going to have these high moments where it's like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And wow, it actually works. And I'm a genius. I'm so glad I went into this, and then crash, and then something bad happens. And it is a roller coaster. I've been through it. And for me, my journey, I didn't expect it to be this much of a roller coaster. Like, I didn't expect the highs and the lows to be so dramatically different. Maybe that's a part of because of my history and my background. You see, I've been involved in starting churches over the years, and that's what I do for a living. It's the joy of my life. It's my life purpose. I absolutely love it. And everything I do with the side business is really just to help out on my main thing, which is helping my church. But because I'd been involved in numerous experiences of pioneering, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe if I go into doing my own little business, that I'm going to be kind of in a place where I'm a bit emotionally tough to the highs and the lows. But nope, it was completely a new experience. I was out of my depth, of course, whole new bunch of skills that I needed to learn. And so I did have these highs and lows, just like everyone else will. And so I really want to encourage you with a few things that I've learned through this journey of starting this side business. And just to let you know that it's okay. It's perfectly normal. Just as I talked about in my previous video about sometimes when we get this imposter syndrome, that's also very, very normal. But the highs and lows, this journey, this roller coaster ride of entrepreneurship, it is normal, and you're gonna get through it, and it's one amazing ride, and it's so worth it. So let me just give you a couple of tips, some things that I've learned as I go through this journey. And I know it's not over, but I definitely can feel that the highs and lows are kind of mellowing out, and that is nice. So the first bit of advice I'd give to you is to be wise with your initial financial investments. So what money you are putting down initially. Why is that? Well, it's because if you have this huge financial burden and strain on you, it's going to make every emotional moment even more emotional, because you're going to be worried about your finances. You're going to be worried about getting a return on your investment. So that's what I found in the first year or two of my entrepreneurial journey. I was really kind of getting concerned, because it wasn't just the fact that I was kind of wasting my time or whatever and had these moments. It was also that I was losing money, and more. And that kind of pressure, it's not great. And of course, there's going to be a part of that. But I think we can be wise and build our businesses in such a way that we don't have a huge financial burden on us. And the beauty of online business that I've talked about many times before is that you can start really, really cheap, or even for free. If you learn through YouTube, if you work for free, then it does reduce the highs and the lows, because you don't have these huge financial, just restrictions, these burdens on you. So that's my first bit of advice, is that financial pressure only makes it worse. So don't go hard. Don't quit your job before you need to. In fact, a lot of my channel content is about not quitting your job, because I love my job. I work for a church. It's a non-profit organization. It's my dream job. I don't want to quit it. And this side business stuff is just to support that. So I had no plan on quitting my job. And I think that always helped, is at least I had a salary coming through to take the pressure off of the side business. And even if this didn't work out, it was okay. Of course, I wanted it to work out, but it was okay even if it didn't, and even if I did have those down moments. But financial pressure only amplifies the highs and the lows. So if you can, wherever you can, make wise financial investments and don't go in too hard. You don't need to. The second bit of advice is to enjoy the ride, because it's making you better. It's making you stronger as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a business person. All these little lessons is going to add up to you being a more developed and mature person in life. I mean, I even think it translates into my marriage. I think it translates into my parenting. I think there's just, of course, there's a lot of skills that may be unrelated, but I think the emotional stuff of being able to handle highs and lows and all of that, all of the feelings that come along with starting a business, I really think that matures us as people, and it's going to make you just a better person. And so when I look at very experienced, seasoned entrepreneurs, they're incredibly calm. They're incredibly relaxed people. Now, they may be very passionate. They may be very driven. They may have big goals and dreams and all of that kind of stuff, but they're not all over the place emotionally. You know, when something bad happens, it's not like the end of the world and they want to quit every 5 minutes, which is probably how you're going to feel at the beginning of your journey. And when something good happens, it's not like, I'm the best, this is so great and we've made it, we have arrived. Like, they're not living off those highs and those lows. They're in this kind of middle ground. They're still able to celebrate the wins, of course, but it's just relaxed. It's just it's a steady emotional state, moving towards our goals and enjoying the process of growing through those things. And that's what I really think separates seasoned and experienced leaders and entrepreneurs to beginners. So don't be too hard on yourself. If you're like me and you're struggling in the early days, I mean, I still have these highs and lows. I would just say that they're not as exaggerated as they were, and I'm grateful for that. And so it actually means I feel like I can take bigger risks when I'm in this, when I'm more relaxed, because I'm not all over the place. Beginners are all over the place emotionally. So if you can win the battle going on in here in your own heart and in your own mind, that's the biggest battlefield. If you can win there, you're going to do great in business. And it's really just about sticking with it for as long as you can until you start getting some of those breakthroughs that will come as you adjust, as you learn, as you grow. You're going to build something awesome, and you've got something great to offer the marketplace, and it's going to be a blessing to you and your family. So I hope that helps. Hope you're not I hope right now you're in a good moment and you're not in one of those lows, but if you are, it's okay. And just make sure that you are growing, that you're moving more towards the middle of that emotional stability, and I believe you're going to build something great. All right, catch you in the next video.